Hey friends, welcome back to Bipolar Talks, a mindful space where we explore the ups, the downs, and everything in between. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode with someone you care about. It truly helps us grow this safe, supportive space. Now let me ask you this, have you ever felt like your mind just won't stop spinning, and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to settle down? Let's talk about something that just might help: movement. Not exercise for the sake of fitness, but movement as medicine for the soul. In this episode, we dive into the powerful connection between movement and mental health, and how something as simple as walking, dancing, or running can change the chemistry of your brain, boost mood, reduce anxiety, and even help manage conditions like bipolar disorder, depression, ADHD, and more. From Olympic dreams to deep lows, this heartfelt story reveals why movement isn't just exercise, it's medicine. You'll hear inspiring insights, real experiences, and scientific facts about why getting out of your head and into your body might be the best thing you do today. And let's begin. My parents used to say I was a bit of a handful. Okay, more like a whirlwind. I had endless energy, zero sleep, and needed constant attention. Can any of you parents relate? Just give yourself a little nod or smile if that hits home. Did you ever feel like your child, or even your younger self, just didn't fit into the calm and quiet mold? Keep listening, you're not alone. So there I was, an energetic little ball of chaos. My parents tried everything: doctor visits, advice from friends, but nothing seemed to work. One doctor even suggested sedating me. Yep, you heard that right. But thankfully, my parents made a different choice. They didn't go down the medication route. Instead, they tried something else. They tried tiring me out. What do you think happened when they leaned into my energy instead of fighting it? Let's find out together. From the time I was a toddler, I was in gymnastics, swimming, and running around. Any sport you could think of, I was doing it. And something magical began to happen. I became calmer, easier to manage, and most importantly, happier. That love for movement stayed with me. At 6 years old, I watched the Olympics and told my dad, "That's where I'm going." And guess what? I did. I ended up competing in 3 Olympic Games and even won a medal in 2004. Could movement be more than just a way to burn energy? Could it shape dreams, identity, and even healing? Let's keep going. We all know that sitting too long is bad for our bodies, right? But did you know inactivity is also deeply connected to mental health struggles? In fact, nearly 1 in 5 adults in the UK are dealing with depression or anxiety. And there are even more people who don't have a diagnosis but are still feeling the effects. Stress, overwhelm, burnout. Sound familiar? Do you ever feel like you're stuck in your head and can't get out? Stay with me, we're getting to the heart of this. Here's the deal. We spend way too much time thinking, overthinking, replaying, planning, worrying. But thinking isn't always the answer. Sometimes it's the problem. So what helps? Movement. When we move, our body kicks into action. Our brain releases this incredible protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it like fertilizer for your brain. At the same time, endorphins kick in to help dull pain and boost your mood. Have you ever noticed how a short walk or a little stretch can suddenly shift your mood? There's science behind that. Let's dive deeper. Physical movement changes our experience of life. In the short term, it calms us. In the long term, it strengthens the brain, builds resilience, and reduces how intensely we react to stress. Even 2,000 years ago, people knew this. Cicero once said, "It is exercise alone that supports the spirits and keeps the mind in vigor." Pretty spot on, right? If ancient wisdom and modern science agree, maybe it's time we all took movement more seriously. Not as punishment, but as peace. Modern studies back this up too. From yoga helping with depression to Tai Chi easing PTSD symptoms, to aerobic exercise reducing anxiety, movement works. And for ADHD, just 20 minutes of mid-level movement can bring real calm. I know this not just from research, but from my own life. My childhood problem behavior? It calmed down once I started diving. What's one activity, big or small, that's ever made you feel in your zone? Think about it. That might just be your medicine. But here's a twist. Even with all my Olympic training, I wasn't always mentally well. After the 2000 Olympics, I missed my goal and had 2 shoulder surgeries. That led to depression. I was doing all the right things, but joy had disappeared. Then one day, my mentor asked me a simple but powerful question. Why did you start diving? And it hit me because I enjoyed it. That joy had been lost in all the pressure. So the next day, I forced a smile during training. And you know what? That small shift helped start a big change. When's the last time you moved your body purely for joy, not results? That might be your reset button. So now I pass this challenge on to you. Find your movement. Not the gym grind, not a punishment, but the kind of movement that fills you with joy. Walk, swim, dance, hike, play football, or even join a morning sober rave. Why not? Whatever it is, let it be yours. Let it make you feel alive. Ready to take that first step toward feeling better, one move at a time? Let's keep going. Let me tell you one more story. I once coached a high-flying executive who was suffering from bipolar disorder. He was overwhelmed, medicated, and right on the edge emotionally. But when we brought running back into his life, something he once loved, everything shifted. Within months, he ran a half marathon with his family cheering him on. And his mental health? It improved so much, he no longer needed most of his medication. Could your movement, your version of running, be waiting for you to find it again? Let's honor that idea. So let's wrap up with these wise words from Thomas Jefferson. Exercise and application produce order in our affairs, health of body, cheerfulness of mind, and those make us precious to our friends. In today's world of stress, overthinking, and emotional exhaustion, it's time we reclaim our minds by reconnecting with our bodies. Let's start a movement for movement. We need to get out of our heads and back into our bodies. We need to physically move more. Because if we don't, the children of this world will continue to model our behaviors of stress and inactivity, and this mental health unwellness will continue to rise. And my challenge to you is this: find your movement, the one that brings you peace, joy, freedom, and do it as often as you can. Your future self will thank you. If this message touched you, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. You never know how much one small spark of movement can light the way for someone else. And just a friendly reminder, this episode of Bipolar Talks is for information only. Always consult with a licensed expert or mental health professional to guide your personal journey. Until next time, keep moving mindfully and keep moving toward joy.